There has been this hanging issue about your service while at the Ministry of Education about Ruaraka land. What was your role?
Again, thank you so much for asking me that, because you see, this is the first time again in my life that have had a public opportunity to talk about this issue. When I analyzed the events of that and the experiences I had and how that particular incident is used to malign my character and my tenure in public service, it's one of those pains that you have to gladly bear for having served in the public. And if you give me time, I'll explain this. Under the law today, the compulsory acquisition of any public land can only be done by the National Land Commission. There is no cabinet secretary, even the cabinet secretary for lands, who can orchestrate public compulsory acquisition of public land. So the process is very simple. The National Land Commission is the one that does due diligence, is the one that confirms everything. The Minister for Education has no land records to ascertain whether or not land belongs to the public or belongs to private individuals. This is the responsibility of the National Land Commission. When the National Land Commission has completed their work, they will ask the responsible ministries to confirm public interest before they proceed to go and make the payments, as it were. What the chairman of the National Land Commission asked the PS, not even me actually, the PS, is to present a document signed by me to confirm public interest in that school. That's a school that receives teachers from TSC. It's a school that receives capitation from government. So that is the public interest we confirmed in the school. The process of acquisition and everything else was a matter of the National Land Commission, as it were. And even then, by the way, we didn't have a budget in the ministry. It's not as if in the Ministry of Education we had a budget to buy or compulsorily acquire land. For that to happen, the National Land Commission has to communicate with the Treasury and the PS in the Ministry of Education for there to be an agreement for the Treasury to avail resources for that compulsory acquisition. So my role was less than peripheral in the matter, as it were. The PS Treasury at that time was Kamau Thuge, who is now the Governor of Central Bank. My PS, Dr. Belio Gipsang, is a PS to this day. They worked on this matter together and so on. To this day, I wonder why every time, you know, those who, my detractors and everyone who wants to insult me comes up and calls me Ruaraka, you know, land thief, as it were. Secondly, a competent court, the three-judge bench, made a ruling on this matter about 6 years ago. In that ruling, they clearly explained our role and pointed out clearly the role of the National Land Commission and the fact that we essentially were innocent on the matter because we didn't have capacity and a role to confirm that. Thirdly, the National Land Commission has got capacity, if the payment was done in error under the law, to